going on, everybody? My name is Mario and I recently bought 36 acres in Arizona. Welcome to part 2 of building my lithium battery, connecting it to my charge controller slash inverters, and AC is already installed. If you watched the previous video, I don't know if I said it in the previous video, the AC has been up and running for 2 months, no problems, even though I'm only using a 2000 watt inverter. With that being said, I'm gonna install the Lynx distribution, the power in, and the Lynx shunt, the Victron one, over here on the wall. Not sure if you know what that is, but everything is just gonna connect. The batteries are gonna connect to it, then the inverters are connecting to it. It's like a giant bus bar, honestly. Overpriced bus bar. It makes it look pretty. Let me get that installed first, and then we're gonna get into the battery. Hopefully there's no issues. And I have power today, fingers crossed. I do have power, but I would like to get my big battery charged before the sun goes down, at least just a little bit. That's what I'm hoping for today. So we got 3 pieces that we gotta put on the wall. First off, we got the Lynx power in. This is where we're gonna hook up the batteries. Second, we got the shunt. This calculates how much amps you're pulling and all that good stuff. This is gonna sit between the power in and the Lynx distributor. Moved my desk chair out of the way because I really don't have room in here. I think I'm gonna slide the battery enclosure this way so I have room here and I don't have to reach over the battery. I think that's a great idea. Honestly, the laser should be positioned somewhere else because I can't really see it. Let me just put one screw in, then we can adjust it. Okay. Maybe I should bring my chair back just so I don't have to kneel. Okay, I think that looks good. I feel like this shunt was used before. It's scratched up. Did you see the light flicker? This is why I want to install the big inverters, because whenever I have the AC on, I got the lights on and the fridge is on. Well, actually, when the fridge turns on and all the other stuff are running, the lights will flicker every time. Even if I turn on my PC, the lights will flicker. Hopefully the inverters will help with that. I think they'll be able to handle it. But yeah, hopefully I'm not missing any pieces or anything like that. Other than that, it looks fine. Not damaged or anything. Oh, this is gonna look beautiful. Heck yeah. So beautiful. Honestly, maybe I should have put them slightly lower. Where's the battery connection? So the battery connection is gonna go from here, from the inverter, to the distributor here. I guess that's fine. It's gonna kind of go over here. I think that's fine. I should have drew this out before, like I hooked everything up. I thought that all of these parts were smaller than they actually are, and everything is just cramped in here. What I'm probably gonna do here is put a fan down here, which is gonna blow up and it's gonna cool this area. Because technically, this inverter is intaking air here and blowing hot air out here. And this inverter is sucking cold air. It's supposed to be cold air from here and blowing hot air out. This inverter is gonna be sucking in the exhaust air from this one, and it might overheat, but I'm gonna keep the AC at like 70 in here, and with that fan down here, I don't think that's gonna be an issue. I don't think so. This distributor is gonna be slightly close to the breaker panel cover, but I already measured it and there should be enough room for it. If not, I'm gonna cut the panel cover a little bit, but we should be good. Power in, the shunt and the distributor is installed. Looks better than I thought it would, but everything is way too close together. I don't like that, but we're working with limited space. It is what it is. Up next, I gotta finish up the battery. Honestly, there's not too much to do. but there's a decent amount. It's not ready, and I really want to cable manage all this crap just so it doesn't look like that, because this cover will be clear. So maybe I'll put some LED strips in there and all that stuff to make it look cool, but for now this is gonna be uncovered. And there's gonna be a second level here, so these are 16 kilowatts and the second level will be 16 kilowatts. In total it'll be 32. In the future I'll probably double this, so I'll have 64, but for now this is gonna be way more than enough. And I'm building my own battery because it's way cheaper. If you want to buy a server rack battery for 5 kilowatts, it's about like $1,300 or $1,400 at the moment, I think. And I bought these plus the BMS for around $1,400. I did have to wait 2 months for these to get here. I did order these from China, but for the same price I have 16 kilowatts. So it's a no-brainer to me. I know it's not as pretty, not as small, it's taking up a lot of space. I could make this smaller, but it is what it is. And another reason why the pre-made battery is cheaper, you don't have to deal with this. With this, I'm gonna have to look at the manual and figure out where everything goes, just so I don't misconnect anything. It also comes with a screen. I'm not sure if I'm gonna connect it right now, but I'll probably put it up here, or maybe... And I dropped it. Hope it works. Maybe we won't use it after all. Oh my god, I'm so clumsy. It's probably fine. It's fine. Got all of the wires from this control board connected to the BMS. These are communication ports, so the battery can communicate with the inverter. Hopefully I'll be able to get that going. I found some videos online because technically the EG4 inverters are not compatible with this, I believe. At the moment, don't take my word for it, but I found some videos and I think this battery will be able to talk to the EG4. Another reason why you should buy the more expensive batteries is because they're plug and play. You just plug it in and it works. This, you have to play around with it, but it's a lot cheaper. I do enjoy this type of stuff, so that's why I don't really care to buy the super expensive stuff. And I also will have to figure out a way how to mount this. Maybe I'll just use one screw in there, or cut up another piece of plywood and put it here or something like that, or maybe cut out the hole in there so it's sticking out on that side. I'll figure something out. I think for now it'll just stay like this. Maybe I'll put in one screw just so it's sitting there nicely. And I gotta figure out this mess. Oh my goodness, all of the wiring is already connected. I just gotta clean this up a little bit. As a proof of concept, I hooked everything up, got the BMS connected to the battery, and I got the switch here. It's on! It's on like Donkey Kong! And I can even access the app on my phone. We are able to see everything. The JK BMS gives you a lot of options. I highly recommend it. But yeah, it works. So I'm gonna tidy everything up together and start hooking up the correct wires to everything. We're gonna start connecting everything to the power in, and then from the power in, we're gonna get the power from the distributor into the inverter, and we're gonna start making power. Heck yeah. Okay, so at the moment I'm gonna leave it the way it is. It's somewhat tidied up. We still have a bundle of cables here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave this till tomorrow. What I want to do today is get the battery hooked up to the inverter, and the inverter to my breaker panel, and I want to hook up the solar panels. We'll be able to get some charge today, and tomorrow I'm gonna come back and clean this up. I think I'll leave this for now. It's not too bad, but I don't want like cables crossing over the bus bars here, so I'll use these things that I used over here. I'm gonna stick them to the batteries and organize the cables nicely, but I'm not gonna do that right now because that's gonna be very time consuming, and I really want to connect the battery today. Yeah, I'm installing the bus bar right now. I wish it was red. I think I'm gonna spray paint the cover black, at least because it's negative, not positive. So yeah, small detail, but whatever. I'm gonna have two wires coming off the BMS into the bus bar, and from the bus bar I'm gonna have one wire, really thick wire, going to the links distributor. Not the distributor, the power in. I always mix those up. Look at these thick cables. They're 2-aught cables. I think they can handle 200 amps, I believe. Plus I'm gonna have an additional 4-gauge wire, so we're set. And it's pretty heavy. It's a couple of pounds. You can actually work out with this. Just gotta see how much wire we need. I think that's too much. Something like this. So I think I said before that I'm gonna connect a 4-gauge wire as well, but actually I have a 6-gauge, so it's gonna be 2-aught plus the 6-gauge wire. This cable can run up to 190 amps, so plus the 6-gauge can do like 40, I believe, so way more than enough. This fuse over here is 175 amps, so this cable alone can handle it. We'll be fine. I rather oversize the cables than have them too little, and then we would have overheating issues. Where's the lug? Where's the lug? Where's the lug? I'm so excited. I know I'm kind of rushing, but I really want to get this hooked up today, and tomorrow we're gonna make it look pretty. I don't have my heat gun either here. It's in my shed, so we're gonna heat shrink everything tomorrow, just because I don't feel like adding heat into here. I only have the AC on what's called dry mode, and it only uses 250 watts in that setting, just because my little battery is not charged, because I had this door open the whole time, and the heat from the other side of the container is getting in here, and the AC is running constantly, and the battery is not charged. So I want to hook this up real quick so we get this charged a little bit. I think it's at like 30% state of charge. I checked the voltage. I think each cell is at like 3.25, meaning it's at like 30%. I forgot. I was looking at the charge, but it's around 30%, so still a decent amount of power. 100% is 16 kilowatts, so 30% would be 1.6, so 4.8 kilowatts, so still a lot more than my whole little battery, so not bad. We will heat shrink this tomorrow, and it's gonna look beautiful. We got the wires connected from the battery to the BMS. Now we gotta run wires from here to the bus bar, and then from the bus bar to the power in, I don't know what to call it, power in block, power in bus bar. I'll just call it the bus bar. Yeah. Just a couple of minutes and we'll be hooked up. Then we're gonna hook up the cables to the inverter. So excited, so excited. Okay, so I think the hard part is done. The wires from the battery are connected to the BMS. BMS is running to the bus bar, and now I'm gonna scoot over the whole battery, and we're gonna start running the wires from here to the bus bar, and then from the bus bar to the inverter, and let's see if it'll turn on. I'm so excited. There's maybe like an hour left before this starts operating. I'm so freaking excited. Oh my goodness, finally. I'm so glad I put this on wheels. It's really easy to maneuver. So easy. Look at this. Beautiful. Now that we got the battery hooked up to the bus bar, now I'm gonna take off this cover and we're gonna hook up the inverter to the battery. I'm so excited. So close, so close. Hello. Just gonna run the positive and the negative from the bus bar to the inverter, and we'll see if we have power. Negative connection. Also, I do not recommend using a drill or an impact for these, but that's what I'm using, but I do not recommend it. I don't know if I'm supposed to break these off or... and it fell. And I'm gonna use a ratchet to tighten these. I broke this thing off over here. I don't know if I'm supposed to, but I think the cable will sit better. Oh, now it's tight. I won't be able to put it in. Kind of rushing now. I hate when I rush. Then I miss things. Plus, I'm gonna put a lot of... oh, that was bad. I'm gonna put most of these cables in conduit. Not doing it right now because I don't know where conduit is. Well, I think I know, but it's like 5:30 in the afternoon and I need this fired up today. If I start looking for stuff, that will not happen. Oh, I'm connecting it to the wrong one. The negative is here. I am not the brightest. Well, I'm glad I cut that. The positive goes here, and then there's a fuse that connects to here. So that's how that works. Well, I'm glad I cut that, because Jesus, that's better. There's a bus bar underneath. I'll show you guys. See? That's the negative bus bar. I was connecting it here. And there's a fuse. I mean, eventually I would have cut that, but still. Okay, positive cable. And we will cut it. Oh, I need a fuse. Got my fuse. I'm also gonna need a fuse for the shunt over here. Hopefully I'll be able to find it. Not sure where I have them. I'm gonna torque everything later. Maybe. I hope I'll be able to get the cover in here. It's kind of tight. It is what it is. Okay, so I could not find a fuse for the shunt, but I looked it up, and as long as you have another fuse in the system, there's no fuse needed here. I know I have a fuse somewhere, I just don't know where. So for now, I just put a bus bar. That's gonna be fine for now. And if anything, there's a fuse in here, so we'll be fine. This is gonna be the first time I'm gonna turn this on. I'm gonna turn it on camera, because I don't know what's gonna happen. So first we're gonna turn on the BMS. The inverter is turned off. Okay. No explosion yet. No explosion. I think this is how you turn on the inverter. Oh, we gotta flip the breaker for the batteries. And this is the switch. Nothing? Oh, it's on! It's on! Heck yeah! I did forget to connect the communication cable. So let me connect that real quick and we'll be back. I got the communication cable hooked up. Let's see. It lights up. 52.2 volts. I don't know how to. 64%. That's not correct, but that's what the BMS is saying. So that means it's communicating with my BMS, and I'm happy with that. I'm gonna connect the solar cables real quick. I'll see if I can get some charge in the battery right now. The sun is going down, but maybe we'll get like half a kilowatt still. Let's go outside and let's connect it. So at the moment, these solar panels are connected to my little battery, the 3.5 kilowatt one. I know they're dirty, but they were enough for me to charge up my battery every day. And actually only 3 of them are connected because the charge controller that I have can only handle up to 150 volts, and 3 of these create about 120, 130, something like that. So I'm gonna hook up the 2 extra ones. So in total it will be over 200 volts, and we'll switch up the connection because I connected this one to the EG4 6000 XP, and this one is going to my small battery at the moment. So we're gonna switch from here to here, and I think I'm gonna tilt them slightly just so we'll create more power. And yeah, let me do that right now. Okay, got the panels hooked up, I think. Yeah, we're all good. Let's switch the breaker to the on position. We still have a breaker to turn on the... We still have a switch. Are these not connected? Okay, they're not connected. Hold on one sec. Okay, all 5 panels are connected. Let's see if we can get some charge. Since I was inside the container, I had the door open to the other section of the container. The AC was running the whole time, and that's why my little battery is at 40% right now. Let's see if we'll get some charge. When I switch this switch, it should start charging. Am I doing it correctly? I have no idea. I don't see anything. Oh, I see something happening. Did I connect these? Yes. Is it turning on? I have no idea. Oh, the fans are going, so I think it's charging. I just can't see. Oh, 0.3 of a kilowatt. We're charging. It's only 0.3 of a kilowatt because the sun is going down. Oh, it's kind of increasing, 0.32. But we're charging. We're getting power into the batteries. I'm so excited. I just gotta connect the cable that runs to the breaker panel, just so we'll be able to run power off of the inverter today and these batteries. I'm so excited. So for like the past hour, I was trying to figure out why the solar panels stopped charging. I went outside to connect one more solar panel, and they were not charging. And I think you have to have the AC output turned on. I'm not sure, but I hooked up my generator as well, and now I'm charging at 2 kilowatts. So at least that's charging. I have the wires connected to the inverter. I just gotta hook up the breaker here, and we can power everything off of this inverter. But I'm glad I'm able to get some charge in there tonight, and we'll pick this up tomorrow in the morning. Welcome to day 2. I started installing the battery cables to the inverter. It is looking like a spider web. I really dislike how this looks. I am gonna put everything in conduit because it just doesn't look safe. And I need to get some wire clamps. Everything is kind of loosey-goosey, but for now it'll work. I am not gonna leave it like this, so yeah, don't yell at me. I know it's a fire hazard. This is a fire hazard. If anything drops here on the battery, it would be a big problem. I will now finish connecting the second inverter today. That's all I'm doing today. I was on call tonight and it's kinda late, so that's all I'm gonna do today, and the rest will finish up tomorrow and then Saturday. Once again, this is a what I'm doing channel. Do not follow my advice and do the same thing channel. I gotta say though, I did not expect the inverter to be so loud. All of the videos that I watched on YouTube, they were praising this inverter, that it's so quiet. Maybe compared to like bigger ones, it's quiet, but even with a slight load, let's say I just have my computer on and the screens, which altogether it pulls like 150, 200 watts, the fans ramp up. I tried turning them down all the way down, but they still ramp up, and they were on the whole day. It's freaking loud. I was gonna put this inverter on the other side, and in the evening I was gonna just turn this one off and run off of this one, but What I'm gonna do is probably turn both of these off, but I didn't wanna waste wiring going on the other side and all that stuff. It's mounted here, so since I sleep here, I will be turning these off at night, and I'm gonna be running my little battery, my 3.5 kilowatt battery during the night, and I'm gonna run the fridge off of it because that's all I need for the evening. I am planning on building a home in the next few months, so this is temporary. I'm not gonna live out of here, and I'm not gonna have an office here since these are gonna be here. Once I build my home, I'm gonna move my desk into the home, and this is gonna be just a battery room slash server room. I think I said that like a million times. And I'm gonna get a lot more batteries just so we have more storage. Oh, and I still gotta heat shrink everything. Gotta do that some other day. I know I'm gonna regret this, but it is what it is. Okay, you'll be happy to hear this. I decided to be somewhat responsible, and I turned off power. I disconnected the battery. No solar. The solar is disconnected, so there's no power here. I am running my light off of the little battery, and the little battery is not connected here. So now I feel safe. I'm gonna put the battery cables that go to the distributor in a conduit, and the AC wires that are going from the inverter into the wall. I'm gonna put them in conduit as well, just for this one, just to see how it looks. I do have a blank, like the outlet cover. I just don't know where it's at. My idea was to drill holes in it, and then it would look decent. But I have no idea where it's at, so I'm not gonna do it today. I'll do it some other day, but at least we'll have these wires in conduit. Okay, got some conduit. I did reconnect the solar and the battery for a little bit just to get a little bit more charge into the batteries. Where is this going? I looked at the previous screen, and we produced, I think, 20 kilowatts today. This battery is only 16 kilowatts, but I had the AC blasted the whole day. The door was open, and I think I mentioned it, but this second side of the container is not insulated, so it's freaking hot in there. Right now it's 82 degrees in here and 74 in here, just because the AC is turned off right now. During the day, when the AC is on, it can keep the other part at like 75, so it's pretty good. When I do officially move out of this room, the door is gonna be closed the whole time, so the AC is gonna barely run, honestly. Unless we're pulling a big charge or something, then the inverter is gonna heat up the room, but the AC can keep up. So the conduit that I have is too small. Maybe it would have fit if I didn't put the lugs on the wires, but I think this is a 1-inch conduit, and it will not fit 2 wires. So I'm gonna have to buy bigger conduit. It is what it is. I guess I'll just leave it like that for now, and I'll use this for the AC wires. The AC wire, where is it? The AC wire is right here. It'll fit no problem. Yep. This is the conduit that I used for this wire inside the wall, so we're golden on that. Is it gonna be too long? I gotta put the other end on here, but yeah. Okay, it's gonna be fine. We'll use this. I put my light on upside down. Okay, whatever. I still can see it. Am I going the right direction? Yes, this will need to go here. And this will connect to the plate. I'm gonna have to take this off anyway. I'll leave it just so I don't lose it, because when the time comes, I'm gonna be looking for this piece and I'll never find it, so I'll just leave it on there. So we'll put the plate over here. I'm not sure if that makes sense. I think this is too long. Maybe not. This one goes here. Where's the other one? This one is on here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remove that one, but it is what it is. This is actually watertight, but there's no water here. But it still looks pretty decent. For conduit, it doesn't look bad. I'm gonna cut off a little bit because this is too long. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Okay, I cut the conduit a little bit, so I think I'm gonna use a 90 over here. So the wire is gonna go like this probably. I'll secure it to the wall, and there's gonna be a 90 here instead of this, because at first I thought it's gonna be, I don't even know if two of them are gonna fit in there. I have no idea, but at least we got a little bit of conduit. We're gonna tighten this down. Yeah, this just having this little bit of conduit makes me feel safer, because this is a mess. I am guessing this video will have a part 3, because in this part we're gonna put everything together, and in part 3 we're gonna be cleaning everything up. It is what it is. I don't know where I put this stuff. I ordered so much stuff that I don't know where everything is. I have some stuff in the storage, so once I finish this, I'm gonna be able to organize everything, and whatever I find that I need for this, I'll put aside in one pile, and then we'll be able to finish everything up, wrap everything up. It's gonna be beautiful. It's getting freaking hot in here. Like 15 minutes of no AC. It's freaking hot already. I just need 15 more minutes to hook this up. I wonder how loud it's gonna be with... Oh no, I broke it. Dang it. Oh my goodness, I am cooking now. It is so hot in here. Just so you know, these wires are not energized, so don't worry about that. Once I need to connect the breaker from this inverter into the panel, I'll turn off the power again. But for now, we need AC. Oh boy, it was getting hot. I got the battery cables hooked up. I got the AC cables hooked up to the inverter. Battery cables are running to the distributor. I just gotta splice this wire, and we'll connect this inverter to this breaker panel. I'll just give the AC like 10-15 minutes for it to do its thing and cool down. This place, man, it gets so hot in here. When I have the door closed, it'll stay cooler for longer, but when the heat from over there is coming in here, oh man, it sucks. I really like how this conduit looks. It makes me feel better. I gotta get a bigger one to run all these cables in it, just so it looks better, and it'll be a lot safer than this. Do not do something like that. It's only temporary. Once we get the bigger conduit, it'll be fine. Load. Off. So I got the power to the panel disconnected here, so this is not energized. The inverter is still charging the batteries, so I'll leave it on. But yeah, we're just gonna hook up the breaker really quick, then connect the communication cable between the two inverters, and I think we'll be ready to turn the second one on. So excited. And I'm gonna have to organize these cables a little better, but for now this will have to do. For now it'll probably stay like that. We just gotta do the tug test. Okay, perfect. Now let's do the grounding cable, and that's it. Another pull test. Nice. Okay, we can turn the power back on. Load. Let's turn on the AC because I'm gonna cook here again. Okay. I'm just gonna hook up the communication cable from this inverter to this one. so they'll be able to communicate, and we're done for the day. This one goes here. Just gotta check which ports they plug into. I'm gonna leave this cable here. I think it's fine. And just like that, 2 of the inverters are on, they're communicating. I already changed some settings. 53.1 volts on my battery. It's transmitting that information to this inverter, and we only have this inverter connected to this one, and the battery is connected to this inverter, so they're sharing information. If you want me to go into the settings, I can make a separate video on that, but I found it on YouTube, so if I found it, you'll be able to find it. If not, I can make a video. Just let me know down in the comments. But yeah, both of them are running for today. I think I'm done, and tomorrow I think I'm gonna start organizing everything. Man, I don't like this. I like that I have one conduit here, but the rest is just a mess. I think I'm gonna put covers over here just so it's not exposed, the bus bars are not exposed. But for today, we're done. Before I finish the video for today, if there's any settings that you want to see, let me know. I can dive in deeper. I'm gonna hook these up to Wi-Fi, but I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I don't feel like doing it today. If there's anything you want to know, put it down in the comments. I can make a separate video. I know there's a lot going on and I'm not explaining everything that I'm doing, so if there's anything specific that you want me to cover, put it down in the comments and I'll make a separate video about it. Welcome to day 3 of building my battery, or I don't know what day it is, whatever. I actually did some work off camera. I finished organizing all the cables down below. They're all nicely organized. I'm leaving the switch over here because I'm gonna put I think I explained this, I'm gonna put a plexiglass on the front, and the switch is gonna be somewhere over here. I installed the 2nd level for the other battery, so we're gonna get that installed today. I finished wiring the breaker panel. I know I could do better, but it works. I put covers on the bus bars. I still don't have conduit to put everything into conduit, so that's gonna be done at a different time. But my goal for today is to get this battery connected, all running today, and hopefully get some charge in it. It's Sunday, so I got plenty of time today, and I think we'll be able to finish. Just wanted to say, I'm sorry for the inverters. The fans are running already because the sun is out, so they're charging the battery. I got the AC on, my computer behind me is on. So yeah, they'll be on the whole time. I apologize for that. I can't do anything about that. I could turn off the power, I guess, turn them off, but I want the AC on because I'm gonna start sweating. It's gonna get hot in here. As soon as the sun comes out, it gets to 90 degrees, 85 in like an hour or 2. So I'll leave this on, and hopefully you'll forgive me for the noise. But yeah, let's get started on the battery. Got the rest of my batteries in here. I cannot wait to get this installed. That way I could clean this up. I'm keeping this stuff here because I got like wires in there and connectors and lugs and stuff like that, so I left it over there. And once I get these installed, I'll be able to clean that up, put it in my shed, and I will have plenty of room here. What I'm worried about is, I know I ordered extra bus bars for the other battery. I'm not sure why. I think one of the boxes didn't come with them, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough for this top battery. Let's hope so. I really want to finish it today. I'm being hopeful. I hope there's enough. If not, I'll figure something out. Got the individual cells all situated, got the bus bars in. I just left this bus bar off just so we don't have a high voltage battery. At the moment they're technically 2 24-volt batteries, just keeping it like that until I'm ready to install the BMS. Actually, I already installed ring terminals on all of the individual cables. So we're gonna install the BMS right now. BMS is battery management system. I don't think I said this in this video, but if I use any abbreviations that I do not explain, I'll try to put it down in text below, just so I'm not confusing anyone. But yeah, we're gonna install the BMS right now. Each cell has to be connected, and then we're gonna install the bus bar over here, then run the wires into the distributor, and we'll be able to charge the battery. Just using double-sided tape to mount the BMS onto here, just in case I need to remove it in the future. I don't think so, but it's easier than unscrewing it. So this is kind of a complicated part, I guess, but if you look at the manual, it tells you where each single cable goes, so it's pretty easy. The black wires are just temp sensors, so you can put them anywhere you want. And yeah, that's about it. I'm just gonna wire every single cell to the BMS, and then we're gonna run the big wires. I think I said that in the previous video. If I did, I'm sorry, but yeah, should go quick. Got all of the individual wires running to every single battery. Now we're gonna run the negative power cable from the BMS to the battery, and then from the battery to the bus bar, and then from the bus bar to the distributor. Should be done in the next 15-20 minutes. Oh my goodness, I was not looking forward to this, to be honest with you. I hate organizing these wires. Yes, I could cut them, but maybe if I use this somewhere else, I'll need these to belong. I don't know. I'm just leaving them as is. I'm just gonna tuck them in the back like I did on the bottom battery. Yeah, this is my, I think, least favorite. I like connecting wires, I like running wires, but I just hate organizing them, and that's probably because I suck at it. Probably that's why. Okay, I completely turned everything off. Solar panels are turned off, breakers are turned off, batteries are turned off. I'm just gonna make the final connection to the bus bar. And we're almost done. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, 32 kilowatts of power. Now it's gonna take rest of the day to charge this second battery, but that's okay. It'll be ready for tomorrow. For some reason, whenever I connect the light to my little battery, the light flickers. It's a work light, so I don't know if it's not happy with the... Oh, the fridge is running. Maybe that's why it's interfering somehow. Probably that. Okay, these are tight. I'm gonna turn on these batteries at the same time. I think if I turn one on, the second one will turn on automatically because I have them connected. They're communicating. I'm just gonna turn on the battery that was already working. So let's see. Yeah, they both turn on. That's pretty cool. That's so cool. Can I see them in the app? Yep. Now I got 3 batteries in here. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see. The cabin battery is my little tiny 3.5 kilowatt, and these are top battery is this one, and bottom battery is that one. It's working. Let's turn on the breakers. Ooh, that didn't sound good. That was a big spark. Maybe I should turn on the batteries when the breakers are on. Yeah. I'm gonna turn off the batteries again, and then we'll turn on the breakers. I wonder if the second battery is gonna turn off if I... Let's see. Oh, that's... What the heck? Okay, let me turn on the breakers first. Okay, let's turn on the top battery. Let's see if the bottom will turn on. What is going on? Okay, so one of the connections were not tight. So that's what's going on. My dummy... Oh my goodness, this bus bar is not tightened. So it was freaking out, I'm guessing. Okay, let me make sure all of the connections, all of the bus bars are tight. And we'll do test number 2. And I thought I broke something. These connections were not tight. I was just too excited to start the BMS. Man, do I feel silly. A bunch of these bus bars were somewhat loose, so hopefully there's no sparks this time. That's why it was making weird noises, I think. And I'm gonna clean up these cables, but I just wanna get it going at first. So let's turn it on. Hopefully it doesn't explode. It's working, but the second battery didn't turn on for some reason. Maybe that one is like the primary one. Let me turn this one off and turn that one off. I'm gonna turn this one off and turn on the bottom one. Okay, dokie, let's try. Yep, I guess that one is like the primary one. Oh yeah, that one is set as the primary, so that's why. Cool, so I only have to turn one on. But there's a alarm. This one's showing an alarm. Let me see what that is. The red light is an alarm. Not sure if you can see that. The light over here. That means an alarm. So let's see what that means. Charge over current. So there is some charge going from the bottom battery to the top one. Okay, let me just leave it off. I'll see what happens. Is the alarm gonna come back? I'm gonna limit the charge. I can limit the charge in the app. Yeah, it's set to 40. So let's set it to 100, and I think it'll be fine. It's got a timeout. There's a timer on the overcurrent protection. I set it to 100 right now, so the BMS is rated for 200, but let's not set it to 200 right now. We just want to see if it'll work. Technically, in the perfect world, you're supposed to have them at the same charge, so there's none of this current flowing between the batteries, but it's not the perfect world. Okay, it's accepting the charge, so there's power flowing from the bottom battery to the top one. Looks like it's at 40 amps. So at first when I started this, the charge was limited to 40 amps. That's why it went into that protection mode. That's why we seen the light. Now since I set it to 100, it's not gonna do that. So they're kind of equalizing. Not sure if you're gonna be able to see that. Yeah, so there's 30 amps. So there's 30 amps going from one battery to the other. I'm gonna leave it like that for 2-3 minutes, just so the amps go down a little bit. When their voltage gets closer together, the amps will drop, and then I'll turn these on just to make sure everything is working, and we'll get this battery charged to 100%. Okay, it's been like 2 minutes. I'm gonna turn on the inverters. The solar to them is turned off. I just wanna see. Oh, the breakers are off. Cool. I'm just gonna turn on the inverters to see what's going on. They're not outputting power yet. Okay, it's sensing the battery. Good, good. Let's turn on the power on both. Still solar is turned off. I don't want to charge right now. The light should turn on. Give it 2 seconds. We got power. We're pulling power from both batteries. Oh my goodness. Okay, I think we can turn on solar. Let's turn this one. Oh, I gotta put the cover on this. Hold on, let me put the cover on this. I don't want to touch it. I really gotta get more conduit. I think that's gonna be the next video, cleaning this mess up, because this is very dangerous. Once again, this is a what I'm doing channel, not a how-to channel. I am gonna put everything in conduit, don't worry, because this is dangerous. I mean, there's no kids walking around here. It's just me for now, but I gotta put everything in conduit, just like this cable here. The biggest conduit I have is 1 inch, which is this one, I think. And I need like 1.25 inches. I don't even know if they have 1.25 inches. I think 1.5 inches for this one. Plus, I gotta find my wall covers. I have no idea where they are. Okay, I'm gonna turn on the solar. The location sucks here, I'll be honest. I hate this. I should have thought this out, but it is what it is. You gotta reach like that to turn on the solar. Solar 1, solar 2. Are we getting a charge? Not yet. Yes, we're getting charged. So we're getting, how many amps are we getting into this battery? Let's see. 22 amps, 1200 watts, and it's increasing. Awesome. It's noon, so we should be getting a lot more. Oh, it looks like it's cloudy. It'll clear up in a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be able to fill this battery up today. Good news. This setup has been running for about 30 minutes. No issues, no hiccups. Got the AC going as well, but it's a freaking mess over here. I'm gonna clean everything up right now, take everything to storage since I'm done with the battery. I did make a cover for the top, so I'm gonna cover the top, and I gotta go to Home Depot for plexiglass, and I'm gonna put plexiglass on the front and then clean up the cables. But I'm gonna do that off camera, or maybe that's gonna be in the next video, not sure. I know in the next video I'm gonna get a bunch of conduit and we're gonna clean this up. I know for sure in the next video we're gonna be cleaning up these cables. I gotta get the right size conduit. It cannot stay like this. Nope, not safe. But yeah guys, I'm gonna end this episode here. I hope you enjoyed this. If I missed something, I'm sorry. If you wanna see anything else, let me know down in the comments. With that being said, thank you so much for watching. Take care. Peace.